Namo. Thanks so much for joining me for a daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This wonderful sound calls us back to our true home. The first mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of people, animals, plants, and minerals. I'm determined not to kill, not to let others kill, and not to condone any act of killing in the world, in my thinking, or in my way of life. For our Dharma lessons, we're beginning a new book today, More Than Mindfulness, Widening the Field of Practice by the Monastics of Abhayagiri Monastery. The first essay is The Need for Balance by Ajahn Pasano. This afternoon, one of the laymen who attended the meal offering offered to give me a massage. He's a really good masseur. While sitting meditating, I noticed how good I felt. The body was relaxed, comfortable, and at ease. I was thinking, the body feeling at ease is one thing, but our Dharma practice is for making the mind feel at ease. It is for having the mind, having the heart releasing, relaxing, and settling. That is the purpose of the practice. In the same way that having a good massage relaxes all the areas of the body, similarly, training the mind can bring a real sense of ease. The training works with a whole range of different aspects and qualities for the heart to really settle. That's why many of the teachings of the Buddha are not just to do one thing. Just be mindful, or just be wise, or just be patient. There are all these different qualities that we need to be attending to and bringing into balance. A common set of teachings the Buddha gives are the 5 spiritual faculties: faith, energy, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. Saddha, Viriya, Sati, Samadhi, Panya. These are things to be working on and cultivating. One can be looking at them as qualities to be working on in a linear way. First, you lay a foundation for a sense of faith, confidence, trust. And when one does that, there is some energy, so effort arises. As we put forth that energy and effort, mindfulness arises, and attention needs to be cared for. As these qualities start to gain momentum in the mind, then the heart will settle. The heart will become more composed. It will become more still. With that as a foundation, then wisdom, discernment, and understanding arise. That's looking at it from a linear perspective. There is a certain validity to it, but I don't think that's the whole picture, because there are also the qualities of balancing that need to be attended to. A sense of faith and wisdom informing each other, the first quality and the last quality. We have to learn how to have these qualities inform each other, to have those qualities nourish and support each other, because faith needs to be informed by wisdom and discernment. Otherwise, it is just blindly believing something. Or there is excitement and enthusiasm with faith, but it is not being tempered by reflection, investigation, and discernment. Similarly, the wisdom faculty needs to be tempered with faith and confidence and trust, because you just can't be analyzing and logically pounding out a system of practice through the intellect. It just doesn't work. It is not satisfying. As intelligent as one can be, if one is just relying on the intellect and rationality, then it doesn't go very deep. It is pretty superficial. The aspects of energy and effort need to be balanced to bring a certain stillness and composure, because energy can be agitating, or even on a certain level it can be addictive. I've got to do more. I've got to push myself. I've got to really keep pushing. I've got to put more energy in. The more I do, the more I will achieve. Well, not really. That isn't necessarily true, because sometimes the more effort we put in, the more frantic and agitated the mind becomes. So it needs to have the qualities of settling and stilling. It needs that composure element. It needs samadhi, that firm establishment of the mind as a balance and as a support. They need to feed each other. If we are constantly just trying to still the mind, trying to compose and settle the mind without applying some effort and energy with it, then it often tends towards dullness. It tends towards a kind of turgid quality in the mind, which can be like sludge. I'll keep focusing the mind and one pointing the mind and making the mind more and more still. And then it just sinks into this puddle of quicksand. It isn't bright. There needs to be some energy in the system, but it needs to be balanced. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Namo Adida Phat. Thanks so much for joining me today.